Americans in northern cities. All right. 2 minutes is going to be starting now. Go ahead and get started.
Okay, I'll start. So according to document 2 and 4, and document 2, the stats show that there's more lynching down in the south compared to the north. Despite there being one or two there, it's a far better margin compared to what you got in the south. Instead of 100 deaths, there's only one or a few deaths. And document 4, even though black are still discriminated in some way, shape, or form, especially in getting jobs, they still have the opportunity to ask for one or look for one, have a better chance of getting one. So in that sense, they're able to make a better living for themselves.
I agree with was it Moss?
Yes.
Yes. So in document 7, it says since 1915, the colored population of Chicago has more than doubled, increasing in 4 years from little over 50,000 to what is now estimated between 125,000 and 150,000. So that basically says, black people, a lot of black people have more opportunity to live in Chicago, and that obviously decreased the number of deaths in South and lynchings. So I think that was a big main point in what led to good great outcomes from black people migrating to the north.
I agree.
I can I go? I also agree because in document 5, the picture that shows the line for voting, how there were 43,000 Black citizens who voted. And it's not just Black people, it's Black and white people. And in the South, they probably didn't have the same freedom, like the vote, because of the what are they? The literacy tests and stuff like that. And also, I kind of disagree because it still says like in document 3 how they still had like separate classrooms for Black children, which is somewhat like the Jim Crow laws that are separate but equal.
I agree with Sakari because they were some people they were angry about that, and in documents, let me see, in document 1 it says parents cautioned about those new people. High school students were embarrassed by the dress and the behavior of their newly arrived companions.
It's a dog. But good job, you guys. I got your points. Good job. Good job. Give a round of applause again. Y'all are doing good. Okay. Let's go to round 5. Let me get Norwood. Marley. Oh, I'm sorry. This is round 5. Writing the wrong numbers. So Norwood, Marley, and Ryan for round 5. So let me get for round 5 again. I got Ryan, Norwood, and Marley. You guys got 2 minutes on the clock. Starting right now. You guys get started.
In document 2, where it shows statistics of lynching compared between southern and northern states, it fails to acknowledge the rates of racially motivated crimes that rose in the north. While lynching was illegal, like up there, crimes were still committed against Black people.
Good.
Yeah, I agree with the statement, but I don't think that's the point of document 2. I think document 2 is literally just talking about the lynchings. If it was going to do crime against Black Americans, it'd be a bigger chart, but it's literally just a source talking about lynchings. I do want to get back. There was a previous argument talking about how it's an example of how it's better. We don't necessarily know that. Just because it was given by Tuskegee, we don't necessarily know when these were taken. We know when these were taken, but we don't know how these were taken. All it says is that it was given by an archive at Tuskegee Institute, which is, it's a good source, but we need a little bit more information to go behind that.
53 seconds. Marley, you can jump in. Norwood, do you want to add anything else? Keaton,
Oh.
anything else you want to add? And Marley.
I disagree with Ryan because I think that a big part of the Tuskegee, I think that a big part of the statistics provided by the Tuskegee Institute wasn't just to show that the crimes were about lynching, but just discrimination of all sorts.
20
Well,
seconds.
it specifies lynching Black Americans, not any minorities, and it doesn't specify other crimes. It's lynching of Black Americans. So I disagree with your statement, but I find the sentiment correct. I feel like we can agree that Tuskegee is a good source, so we can verify that it's correct. I just want a little bit more background information because when you're supposed to cite a source or when you're supposed to quote any source, you need background information of that source. You can't just say the name.
All right. Good job overall, you guys. Good debate, good discourse. All right. All right, round 6. We're almost done. Let me get Devon, Janae, I'm sorry, and Thomas, round 6. Let me get Thomas, Reed, and Pride. Let's get ready to go. Thomas, Reed, and Pride.
Yeah.
Was good.
We about
So,
to get rolled. Wait, time ain't stopped yet. Hold up. I'm gonna get yourself set up. Wait, give me a minute.
all right.
Y'all better be ready. She's ready to hop on it.
Right.
All right, hold on 1 second.
I don't even know what we talking about yet. Hopping on.
All right. So 2 minutes starting right now. Go.
So I could say that the Great Migration was not good for the African Americans. And source 6 is telling us about different things they do not allow Blacks to do. So for Cincinnati, I'm gonna go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, it says they cannot be in neighborhoods because they want to like keep the property values to themselves. But people could argue that they got more confidence in the Great Migration, like when they were voting in source 5. But I think it's I don't know. I think it was worse for others because like you could say it was better, but it really wasn't. Like document 2, they were lynching them. Like either way, they would die.
I mean, I would say it's rather in the middle, but if you're thinking at it from a just a plain matter of, people alive to people that have been killed due to lynching, it was a much better move. If you're only referring to, segregation and, what racism was up in the North, and I guess you can make an argument that not much has changed, but when you have things like in the Google Slides where the governor of Mississippi, James K., literally said, if it's necessary, every Negro in the state will be lynched. I don't know where you could say it's not better up in the North.
Okay.
I could disagree to agree with that. Your points are great, like for the lynching part, but besides that, they were not seen as equal. Like they would get scared to vote in certain places. You would say that lynching was lower in the North. You could say that, but in document 2, it still showed like even though there's some zeros there, people still died of lynching, meaning there were people with prejudiced minds there who did not want that to happen. So I could say that to disagree to agree that it wasn't.
I mean,
it wasn't a 50-50.
Thomas,
I'm
you
not trying to
anything,
disagree
please?
with you on that point,
Thomas?
but the fact is that, even today, there are still no laws against lynching, and we're still not fully treated equal. So it's kind of an unnecessary argument because the fact is, at this point in time, equality wasn't even on their mind. Anyone with the right to vote. And in the South, it was literally you lynch one the night before election to keep them from voting. at least this way, when they lived in the North, they still had the option. Sure, they had the fear because, of course, people were getting murdered, but it's still less prominent in the North. So you can't
So
really use fear as a
time.
factor
That's
on
time.
whether or not it's better or not.
Thomas.
That's time. All right, good job, you guys. Good
I'm
job.
sorry, was that time? Oh,
Yeah, the dog barked a little while ago.
my bad.
It's okay. All right, let's go ahead. I think we're about to wrap this up. Yeah, this one be a little bit of a bigger one because I just wanted to kind of wrap up the last few people here. All right, let me get this one here. You guys are gonna have a total of 3 minutes. This will be a little bit bigger block here for round 7. It's gonna be Santos, Kai, Levine, and Michael. Okay. So I did a little change up. So as long as you get 3 points, that's passing with a B. 5 points will be an A, and then no comment will equal a 0.
David Perdue profited from
Another
paying
commercial.
women less than men. 2,000 women sued Perdue's company for discrimination.
YouTube did not used to be like this.
Do we start?
Huh?
Do we
I'm
start?
sorry.
No, I had to get that commercial over with.
I'm
All right, give
telling
me 1
you, ever
second.
since this election started, they've gotten very comfortable with the 2 ads per video.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
They got
All right.
super comfortable.
But that means Google and YouTube's making some money. All right, so again, for round 7, I got Santos. Kai, is your mic working now? Kai, so say what's up.
What's up?
Okay. Santos, Kai, Miss Levine, and Michael. You guys gonna have a total of 3 minutes. Remember, you gotta get at least 3 points to get a B, 5 points to get an A. We are starting right now.
I think the Great Migration was pretty okay for blacks because it's kind of choosing discrimination over kind of dying. If you look at document 2, it's the lynchings are up in the thousands. Just look at those numbers, that's insane. But in the North, it's not even 20 lynchings in all the states. So it's really picking, would you rather be discriminated or killed? And I think it's not a great choice, bad hand to be dealt, but I still think it's far better in the North for blacks.
I would have to agree with you because the Great Migration was very rude to the South. I mean, blacks were hoping for a better life that they thought would remake, the nation. I say
You just cut out. Mr. Vine, you just cut out. You okay? Like you about to start rolling right there. All right, let me come back. Anybody can still pick up. So we still got in here.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
I say this: the Great Migration was very rude to the South. I mean, blacks were hoping for a better life that they thought would remake the nation. I say this because in source 7 it says a lot of causes have been because of riots, each touching some phases of black and white that led to outbreaks.
Good.
And I also like to look at source 5 as why the Great Migration was a good thing for blacks. I mean, if you look at it, it's a line of blacks and whites in line ready to vote, while in the South, they were scared to vote and being killed because of them using their rights as an American citizen.
Okay.
I also agree with Michael. I feel like it wasn't good or it also wasn't bad either. Because just like you said, the killings in document 2 for the northern states were not above 20 in any states. But then when you look at the southern states, they're over 1,000 and stuff. But I feel like the separate but equal is probably the best way to go. Let's go to the north because killing in the south is still getting killed.
Okay. You guys got about a minute and a half. Y'all still got some time here. Santos?
I would like to. Oh,
Go ahead, Levine, go ahead.
I would like to add something else too from source two when they said something about. I think someone else said it about when they had to do separate schools or something like that. That was another big change. Well, big disagreement for the blacks as well.
Okay. 52 seconds. Mostly everybody's on the board, but we still can get some more points. You can go ahead and add if you want to.
I would like to play devil's advocate real quick. How
Okay.
would y'all feel about you're a black in the north and the blacks from the south coming to your neighborhoods, I guess you would say? Wouldn't you be also kind of afraid that whites were going to start, or the racism would follow them there too? Like the but wouldn't you be kind of scared for your own family's life if you saw southern blacks coming to the north? I know I'd be kind of scared of the white racists following them and then hurting the black population in the north too. How would y'all feel about that?
It's a good devil's advocate.
Yeah, I would feel a certain way too, because like you don't know, like, I mean, you don't know the causes of what's to happen when certain, like, when. What I'm trying to say is you wouldn't know the causes of certain things that would happen if how they were treated, if you understand.
Okay. That's a good devil's advocate. A different perspective to look at. I like that one. All right. That is time. Everybody give themselves a round of applause. You can clap. Be happy. Be proud of yourself. Y'all are getting better and better and better at this. You're getting much better with this, so that's good. All right, I'm just making sure I got everybody in here. Give me a second. What you guys overall? What was your thoughts on that DBQ and those documents? Like, did it tell a pretty decent story? What were your overall thoughts?
I think there were more kind of negative facts about the migration than positive facts.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was kind of hard to find positive things more than to find negative things, because the negative things would just pop right up in your face. So you have to like dig a little bit deeper to find the positive outcomes of the Great Migration.
So would you say that those documents are pretty much all slanted one way compared to the other?
It's kind of in the middle, but
Okay.
more negative than positive.
Okay.
I enjoyed this debate more so than the other ones because with this essential question, there's so much of a blurred line, like between the answers. So it's more interesting when people form points.
Okay.
Yeah, what she said. I like this one better than the other ones.
Yeah, it gave a better challenge to search for the other point of view that you would have usually gone with. Like I would have gone with the negative point of view of saying how it didn't really impact it, but I know that would be too easy, so I would try to find the opposing view as more of a challenge.
Could you increase the time?
I didn't actually. I should decrease the time except for that last group. Giovanni, go ahead and speak to your thoughts about the DBQ and just reference the documents as well. I did miss you, and I'm sorry about that. But go ahead and you should speak to the documents. But actually, I'll lower the time for you guys this time. Y'all just better prepared. So Giovanna, go ahead and just speak right now about the documents as far as this is your opportunity to just tell us what you thought about.
How could you forget about me though?
Huh?
How could you forget about me? I feel bad now.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't even say I don't even know. I'm sorry.
Thank you for that.
I'm sorry. I don't even know.
I kind of agree with the people who said that it was kind of for the best the migration was kind of for the best for Black people, because even though they were separate but equal, they still had rights. But it wasn't like for the best, you know. It wasn't even. I'm not gonna say it was for the better because that wasn't a good thing, but it still was better than not having any rights, you know. And yeah.
When they moved up north, it got at least a little better for them.
Yes. Yes.
You guys are on point. So again, I'm gonna give yourselves a round of applause. I really appreciate it. This was definitely one of the better debates. So y'all please keep this up, okay? All right. So what I want to say right now is simply this.